Wellness for Life is brought to you by Back in Motion Physical Therapy.
Hello, I'm Matthew Kaufenberg, physical therapist and owner of Back in Motion Physical Therapy in Perham and Park Rapids, Minnesota. Today we're going to continue the series that I've been doing over the last several episodes about the five best exercises that we can do for various joints within the body. Today we're going to talk about the shoulder. Now when it comes to the shoulder, all we're really concerned about for the most part is the rotator cuff. So the exercises that I have picked today are all designed to build the endurance and the strength of your rotator cuff. This whole series about the five best exercises is all about preventing problems from occurring in the future. We want to try to prevent those common injuries, those common aches and pains. We want to make sure that you stay healthy and you actually stay away from coming to see me. So we're going to talk a lot about rotator cuff today. The rotator cuff is really critical for the health of the shoulder. I really encourage you to go back and look at some of my previous episodes about the shoulder. We talk about the shoulder a lot. We talk about impingements. We talk about frozen shoulder. We've done a lot of episodes about the shoulder. And if you go back and look at those, that'll help you understand the anatomy and the mechanics behind why the rotator cuff is so important to reduce injuries in the shoulder. So today I'm going to give you my five best exercises that I think everyone should really do that are easy to do. They require very little equipment, and they are, in my opinion, the five best. And it's actually a little more than opinion. These exercises are really based on research. There's been a ton of research that revolves around the rotator cuff, and all this research has told us what are the best exercises for the cuff, which exercise specifically is safe for the cuff, which exercise specifically fires the cuff properly so that it will build endurance and it will build strength. When you do rotator cuff exercises, it's not about a lot of weight. It's about a lot of repetition. So when you do your rotator cuff work, we always tell people, start with no weight in your hand. Now a lot of people will go, well, what is that going to do? It actually does quite a bit. You just use the weight of your arm to build up the endurance of the rotator cuff. When you're working the rotator cuff, you never ever get higher than 4 pounds. Even when you've mastered everything, never hold on to more than 4 pounds when you do these exercises that we're going to talk about. So 4 of the exercises will involve weight. 1 of the exercises will not involve weight. It'll actually be specific more for the shoulder blade. And again, I encourage you to go back to some of those previous episodes because it'll tell you why the shoulder blade is important. We really need to have good control of the shoulder blade to reduce the likelihood of injury in the shoulder joint itself. So what are those 5 exercises? Today I am going to demonstrate them with a weight. Again, I do recommend that you start with no weight. Once things are easy with no weight, you then can start adding a pound up to 4 pounds. Never go higher than 4 pounds. When you do rotator cuff work, it's usually 2 sets, and it's usually about 25 to 30 repetitions of the same movement. So 2 sets of 25 to 30. The rotator cuff you should work about 3 to 4 times a week. So don't do it every day. It's usually about an every other day adventure. So the first exercise will be done lying on your side. And you will want a towel roll. So you place the towel roll on your side, you place your arm on the towel roll. And you want your elbow bent at 90 degrees. And you just rotate the arm up. And again, you do 2 sets of 25 of this one. So it's a pure rotation. So this one really focuses in on that rotator cuff. You'll be surprised actually how quickly you start to get fatigued. Fatigue is just kind of a burning sensation through the entire arm region. Should never hurt. If any of these hurt, please don't do them. So that's the first exercise. It's just a pure rotation. Okay, the second rotator cuff exercise. We call it scaption. All scaption means is that the arm is moving at an angle. We're not moving straight in front of our body. We're not moving straight out to the side, but we're moving at an angle. So again, you'll hold on to your weight. With this particular exercise, you want your thumb pointed upward. Don't let the thumb be pointing down. You want the thumb pointed upward, and you bring the hand only to shoulder height. And it's a nice, slow, methodical movement. And again, you do 2 sets of 25. And again, you do not, with this particular one, you do not let your hand go higher than shoulder height. Okay? The third rotator cuff exercise that I recommend is just a military press. This one, the hand will go above shoulder height. With this one, you start with the elbow bent fully. The weight is going to be in nice and close to your body. And you just go nice and slow, straight up. And then you come down with the elbow bent. Very safe for the rotator cuff. It really stimulates the rotator cuff well. Just make sure that you, as you come down, keep the weight close to your body and bend the elbow. Okay, that's the third one. The fourth rotator cuff exercise that we recommend is doing one where you get onto your hands and knees and you want your thumb to be pointed outward again. A lot of that has to do with the mechanics of the shoulder. The reason that we point the thumb out is that it just protects the rotator cuff. And with this one, you just bring the arm straight out to the side, keeping the elbow straight. And again, we're at that 2 sets of 25. Nice and slow movement. And just bring the hand to the level of your trunk. You don't want to go up real high with that one. Okay, those are the 4 rotator cuff specific exercises that have really been shown to stimulate that shoulder, the rotator cuff really, really well. The 5th exercise is more for the shoulder blade, and it's a seated press up. So you want to find a chair where you've got some armrests on the chair. Place your hands on the armrests, and what you want to do when you're in this position is kind of pinch your shoulder blades down. So you pinch them down, and then you sit up. And you hold this position. Now my hands right now are supporting my weight, so I can kind of move my legs, but my hands are really supporting the weight of my body. And I hold this for about 15 to 30 seconds, and I'm going to do this 5 times. So again, I'm pressing up and holding, and I really want to make sure that I keep my shoulder blades back. All right, those are the 5 best exercises that I would recommend for the shoulder to really prevent injuries in the future. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call me. If you have any pain with these exercises, do not do them. My phone number here is 218-346-2464, and thanks for watching.